Hey everybody, it is Captain Beefy with the Game Vault here today for another episode of No Man's Sky. Now, what are we going to look at today? Well, we're here on my base, the good old Salted Balls base, where I made a fortune mining salt and oxygen and turning it into chlorine. I'm making almost $500 million a pop now when I sell off all my stuff, and I don't even have a full ship yet. But what we're going to talk about today is not that. There's one thing people keep asking me is, Captain Beefy, how do you have so many awesome living frigates? And by living frigates, I mean these organic frigates here, these space whales. Look at them all. There's so many of them, right? Look how cool they are. One of my favorite additions to the game. Now, they operate like regular frigates in some regards. They come available anywhere from a C class all the way up to an S class, C, B, A, and S, with, of course, S being the best of them. But they're different. You know, they also level up as you run. Wow, that was embarrassing. Okay, but in any case, excuse me, they level up as you send them out on missions, which is great. Now, you get your first one when you, a frigate mission will bring back this dream aerial. You make a dream aerial, and you use it in deep space when you're, traveling, and you find your very first one. But after that, they're very easy to get. I'm going to show you the process on how to get them, and just tell you some of the stuff I've learned about them. So let's take a look at the fleet right now. Now, as you know, you can have 30 of these vessels, 30 frigates, and that's a combination of the organic and the regular ones, right? 30 altogether. So we have 30 right now. So before we go hunting any, we're going to have to get rid of some, and it looks like we've got 5 A-class regular frigates that we can get rid of. So let's do that. There's one. There's 2. Now, one thing about these that differs from regular frigates is that they don't have a specialty to them like trade, industrial, whatever. They're just organic, and they come with a wide variety of stats that are not necessarily tailored to a certain type of ship and a certain type of mission. So that's something to consider. And I mean, look at this B1. That's pretty bad, right? And look at some of these C ones, 3, 3, 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 2, 2, 1, 3, 1. They're absolute garbage, right? And these are some brand new ones that we've gotten that haven't gone out on any missions or only one mission or whatever. So, they've got room to grow, and they will grow. But what's cool about them is you can, as they level up, their stats will improve. But you can also feed them different food types, and it will redistribute their stats. And that's something we'll look in on either later in this video or maybe in a totally separate video where I've got a ton of food built up, and maybe we'll just go ahead and experiment with some different types of food to see what stats get accentuated and all that. So the first thing you need before you even consider doing this is an anomaly detector, right? I've got 4 of them right now. Now, anomaly detectors drop from asteroid fields, and it's just a totally random thing. So we have a nice little convenient asteroid field here. We're going to put on our infra knife, which let me give you a quick look at the ship real quick. The infra knife is a great weapon. Look at the peak damage potential on it, 36,000, 24,000 against shielded. I've got plenty of S-class upgrades for it. 3 there, and 3 here. So that's fantastic, right? So let's go on. Now the thing I like about this infra knife is the rate in which it fires. It's devastating. Watch, we're going to let it overheat. Look how quickly. I don't even take my finger off, or my thumb off the X button, and it just gets right back to the ready position again. This is a great combat weapon and all that. That's a story for another day. But you fly around shooting random asteroids. And just kind of keep an eye up there on the upper right-hand side. And eventually you'll see an anomaly detector pop up. And until then, it's a great way to refill your tritium and your gold, your silver. You'll get plenty of tritium hyperclusters and the gold, what is it, geodes or nodes or whatever. The tritium can be turned into dihydrogen. Short on that. Yeah, it's always useful for your ship. Gold nugget, there it is. And the gold and silver are great for making money, basically, and building certain things, especially when it comes to construction on your ship, or on your freighter. I don't think we've got one yet. We're still looking. This can take a little bit of time, but with this infra knife, it fires at such a fast rate, and I'm able to destroy so quickly without having to overheat the weapon and shut it off and all that, that it just seems that it takes a lot less time doing this. So we're going to shut up for now. Let's speed things up till we get one. Alright, well, it looks like we got one. So as you can see, we got 5 now, and that's all we need to get 5 of those lovely, lovely whales. So, first things first, there is, I believe every system has one. There was a recent glitch that systems without any affiliation to them, as far as a race, had no, or they had a megafauna in it. They had one of the whales, but it wouldn't interact with you. And I had that happen to myself as well as a friend of mine that plays, and it, you know, was a consistent thing. They say they patched that out, but I don't know if that's true or not, to be honest with you at this time, and we're not going to try that. So what we're going to do is we're going to stick with 3-star systems, affluent, rich systems, and we're going to go find one. Now, I don't want to do, I'm not going to look for one in this region because I'm not sure if I got one here. And in the past, I found a really high level one. And I went, oh, look at that. We got one already. I wanted to get multiples of it, but it didn't seem to work. It seemed like once you get one in a system, that's it. You have to move on. So that's what we're going to do here. We're going to move to this system. And first things first, before we even begin this hunt, we're going to go ahead and create ourselves a little autosave. As I've had a couple times where we've had some situations where I got one of these guys, and then afterward the game glitched out, and then I lost him. Now I was able to go back in and get it again the second time, but it just seems like sometimes it takes a while, and you'll see what I mean as we go hunt this first one down. I don't know how long it's going to take, but they tend to take a little bit of time. So we hop back out, get our restore point saved, and then we head on out. Away we go, baby. Aim ourselves off in a random direction. Open up the Starship inventory and we'll hold down the square to begin the scan. And then we're going to engage our pulse drive. And you want to make sure it's full because you don't want to get pulled out of your pulse at the wrong time. Now in the bottom right hand corner, we're going to get a notification of a rare object. You're going to see this a lot, and it's going to cycle through this several times. You don't want to stop for the rare object. The rare object is not what you're looking for. You'll also sometimes see an emergency broadcast, but the one we're looking for, I believe, is cosmic megafauna. So let's see how long this takes. And there we go. That took quite a bit of time. So I'm going to speed up to it a little bit here. I'm going to kind of take it easy. And we're going to get to take a look at it. It's going to send us a message. We'll communicate with it, get a better look at it. And here we go. That's a pretty one. Look at the colors on it. Doesn't have the long tail like some of them, but really has some brilliant colors. Cool. Now, up until 2 days ago, these things were ungodly expensive. It was 200 million units for a C, 400 million for a B, 700 for an A, and $1 billion for an S. Let's see what this is. So they dropped significantly. A C, 7 million units. It's got great combat, the rest of it's garbage, but again, that really doesn't matter right now, so we will accept it. And we just added a new whale to our collection. Now here's where the glitch would happen to me. If I turn, you know, and I've been going for a while, I don't know how far this has taken me toward the edge of the system, but I think that's what the problem was, because there were times when I was flying forever, and you saw there is a significant amount of time there, right? So what I do is I just immediately go to the cosmic map and just fly to another system. So let's do that. In fact, let's fly to this one without a it doesn't have a race there, and we'll try to get one there afterward just to see if it still holds true or if they did patch that out. We'll do a little science. But I always like, you know, I was 5 short before, so what we're going to do real quick is call in our freighter and see if the new guy joined the ranks. I like to do this, it's just something I do to make sure, and this will also give me a save point in here because I don't have to go to the actual space station. So let's take a look real quick. Manage the fleet. We got 1, 2, 3. Yep. So normally we would have 4 pages with 3 on the last page giving us 30 because there's 9 per page. Right now we only have 8. So perfect. So let's go. And part of the reason I created that farm I showed you in the beginning, the salt and oxygen farm, was to make the money to get these guys because they were so damn expensive. I was like, my God, I had 4 billion units and I just ran out, you know. I was down to a couple hundred million. It was crazy. All right, so let's go back in. Let's activate the next one. And away we go. Hopefully this one doesn't take as long. Let's see what happens. That one felt like it took a lot less time, which is cool. I always aim away in case I do that and hit the wrong button. So let's go check this guy out. Looks a little plainer in color from a distance, but, you know, that's okay. They can't all be beauties like that last one. Now, I imagine the level of a system, whether it be... see? So it's still not working. It does not give me the opportunity to communicate with them. So, avoid systems without any affiliation to him. It's a shame because he's kind of cool looking. Alright, well. We just reload our little autosave there. And we'll save our anomaly detector, right? So let's hop back in. And we have to move on to a new system. Actually, I'm not going to drag you along for the whale hunt. You get the gist of it now. That's how it works. I tend to look at 3-star systems as far as their affluence, you know, how much money they're making and all that. But before we go, I'm going to show you if I have any. I believe I do. Yeah, down here, some of the perks of this system. So, if you have a living ship already, then these frigates are really nice to have because they get you things for this ship. So, check this out. Here's my living ship, right? And that's a video for another day. I'm saving up to get an egg. It costs Quicksilver. You get it in the anomaly. That's beside the point. So, these items here, the spawning sack and the psychonic egg, when you're in a living ship or you're, you know, currently affiliated with one like I am right now, and you get a spawning sack, you can hatch it. And what does it do? It adds storage to your living ship. Pretty cool, right? The psychonic egg look at what that does. It adds organs. Spewing vent node. So it adds organs to the ship, which are basically your upgrades for weaponry, shields, maneuverability, all that kind of stuff, right? And they operate just like regular ones that you get for your regular ships. If you have more than 3, they stop working. And as you can see, they vary in different ways. But what's unique about them, and I haven't done this yet because I'm not sure which way I'm going to go with this. When I get my second living ship, if it's better, I'm going to probably scrap this one, even though I put a lot of work into it, but no big deal. So we get the core nodes are overwhelmed. We look through them and say, well, which is the crappiest of them? Yeah, let's get rid of this one. But I could evolve it, right? For nanites and the price of nanites, so that's kind of cool. So let's dismantle it for now. Get a little living slime for it, and the sac venom is going to go on the freighter to sell later. But that's how these work. Here's a neural assembly. And they do work in the same way, where if you put them next to each other, they bonus each other, right? See? A little cheaper to launch now. And then we have a Singularity Cortex node. And we got one here. Put them next to each other. They benefit each other, increasing our hyperdrive range. And you can see the stats over here. All right? So that's how those work. And what it is, when you send out your frigates on missions, if they've got living frigates in there, they stand a chance to bring one of those items back, or more. You know, sometimes I bring back several on a voyage. Sometimes I bring back none. Sometimes I bring back one. It really depends. I don't know what the exact math is. I've had them bring it back where It's a combination of organic and regular mechanical frigates. So there's that, you know, that can happen. But they say that if it's just organic frigates, you have a higher chance, and that's one of the main reasons. Well, no, that's a great benefit for having all organic freighters, or frigates. The main reason I get them is because they're so damn cool looking. All right. Well, thanks for joining me. I hope you got something out of this today. As always, I'm Captain Beefy with the Game Vault, and if you haven't done so, please subscribe to the channel. Ring that bell for notifications, and don't forget to leave a comment and a like on the video down below. Let me know what you think of everything. Let me know if this helped you. Let me know if you've done any frigate hunting yourself, there, organic frigates, and what your experiences have been. I'd love to hear back from you. We'll see you next time.